My name is Dimitri, founder and president of Frets for Pets. Started this 6 years ago, doing a canned food drive for homeless people, and I wanted to do another event in the summertime, and got community involvement, asked what they wanted to support, and they very overwhelmingly chose animals, and did it, and did way better than we expected, and just ran with it, and been going ever since. So this year, we're starting at 2 o'clock, going on to 11, 10 o'clock on Sunday. 3 days, first weekend of August at the Juke Joint. Got rock bands, metal bands, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, Carteret. Yeah, I got a little bit of everything this year. I'm really excited about the lineup.
Brand new heart. I got a brand new heart in the mail today, and I can finally say goodbye to these old memories. Goodbye. As I pull the new heart out of the box, I take a glance at my front door lock. Won't nobody stepping in on me, 'cause my soul's laid bare to the very core. My nose is wet and my eyes are sore. Don't know if I can take much more of this kind of life, and I won't be coming home tonight. And I won't be coming home tonight. I got a brand new heart in the mail today, and I can finally say goodbye to these old memories. Goodbye. Well, the new heart's shiny and it sure is slick, but tries I might, it just wouldn't fit. If anybody wants it, it's for sale at the pawn shop down the road. I'm just a little too wild and a little too old, and that shiny heart was a little too cold. The truth is, it never fit me or my kind of life, and I won't be coming home tonight. And I won't be coming home tonight. I got a brand new heart in the mail today, and I can finally say goodbye to these old memories. Goodbye. Well, there's a piece of glass in my paper cup, and if I swallow hard enough, I'll never feel lonesome again. But I've come to love this battered heart that somehow still hasn't fallen apart. I guess that's just how it goes, living my kind of life. And I won't be coming home tonight. And I won't be coming home tonight. I got a brand new heart in the mail today, and I can finally say goodbye to these old memories. Goodbye. Yes, I got a brand new heart in the mail today, and I can finally say goodbye to these old memories. Goodbye. Beautiful.
So we do a raffle for the full 3 days. You buy your ticket, and you don't have to be there to win. You buy a raffle ticket, and you write your phone number on it, and we'll call you if you win. Be there, that'd be even better, but make sure you get your stuff. Man, art, tattoos, restaurant gift cards, a lot of local stuff. I try really hard to do the local thing. We got a bunch of restaurants and shops and boutiques all over Ocean Springs. We hit those up. We do how some of the breweries give away like a little 6-pack of their own beers, stuff like that. A little bit something for everybody. Yeah, so it's a little different. We haven't quite figured out the best solution for a mixed genre show. We've got metal bands that'll follow a rap act, and a rap act that'll follow a country band. It's like I said, it's a little bit of everything, and people enjoy it. Like last year was our first hip hop show, and first show with hip hop acts, and people loved it. It's like, well, let's bring some more, and brought a couple more guys this year, and yeah, I'm excited for it. We try to write a check to the shelters. When we first started, we were just solely going to the Humane Society, and then we started branching off to multiple shelters. Last year, we went to Humane Society, Tired Dog Rescue, Jackson County. But yeah, we write a check to them and try to get those medical needs done for the animals, get them all healthy, taken care of so they can get adopted. Tickets? All right, so for tickets, it's $20 a day or $45 for the weekend. That's pre-sale. Go online at fretsforpets.com, get your tickets there, get 40% off the entire weekend if you do it that way. Otherwise, you're spending $20 a day. Follow us on Facebook. We got, just go through the post. There's plenty of music videos and Spotify pages for all the bands that are playing. There's a commercial with a little snippet of everybody that's playing. Yeah, follow us, get the most accurate updates. You can click the attend button on the event page. Our Spotify, Frets for Pets 2022, find that on the Spotify playlist section, and it's got just about every artist that's playing this year.
fucking broken! Your congregation dead! It's fucking over! Yeah!
Follow me down, follow me down. Swallow me down, swallow me down. Follow me down, follow me down. Swallow me down, swallow me down.
Wonder why you met me. When was on your mind?
I can't blame that man. I ain't finna shame that man. I know what it's like when it's sunny outside, but you let your guard down and the rain crept in. It'll be okay, man. You ain't got
Roll up your problem, lick your solution, burn the past, light it up, man, inhale the good shit.
Thinking I won't miss if I just keep on running, keep on running. When I lose the words, I can keep on.
Broken heart, the sea, reaching out to me. Shake your hand, love the one you can't.
Throw it away, 'cause it won't be the same. And babe, you're not the one, 'cause I don't belong here. And babe,
only somebody online, you in love with that PC like Karen and Plankton. You staring at spaceships, you think you better than me. Stop it, we pull up and pop 'em. We taking this head off like it's Rock'em Sock'em. Look quick on this Pippi Longstocking. Need me
future now in dead dreams. I'm gonna take back a part of me.
Ain't a shame, came equipped. Get my brain in a whip with a chain and a missus. I ain't aiming to miss.
You don't have to tell me, I don't look at it to crime. French like a diamond press, looking fine. Then I rock in the ride like it's time to grind. Put in work. I don't care what they say. You never walked away. I don't care what they say. You never walked away. That's me, I love the city and her people. Every bartender here already knows what I'm drinking. Just the usual for me, that's fine. I love my family, they always worry, but I tell them every time I'm living life halfway to heaven.
My name is Dakota Amacker. Folks call me Shredley because of how I play guitar. I like to shred, you know. But I started out in blues and southern rock, believe it or not. Lots of Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love my Hendrix, but I was always a Stevie kind of guy. And then lots of Leonard Skinner, Creedence Clearwater Revival. And then eventually I got into, you know, like Ozzy, Quiet Riot, a lot of the big 80s names. And some of my favorite players, especially Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen, one of my hugest inspirations. Not just his playing, but also the biggest thing I took from him was like, you know, as far as instruments, you know, tinkering, tweaking, make it work for you. That's why I've never been afraid to be my own luthier. And I've kind of been like the band tech, you know, for all these years, everyone I've worked with. Because I always loved just tinkering, you know, seeing how things work. But anyway, yeah, I got into Eddie and then eventually more players like Yngwie Malmsteen, the whole shred thing, and that's where it really took off. And then I got into more modern players, and the whole shred game nowadays is just intense. So many fantastic players out there, both old and new and upcoming. But yeah, like I started out in a completely different genre. Now here we are, like the whole metal and shred thing. But I gotta remember my roots, you know, all that blues and southern rock. That's where I learned how to have good vibrato, feel, and not just play wanky guitar all the time, but have some emotional runs here and there, big note bends, you know, stuff like that. So, oh good gosh. Normally, I would try to get like at least 4 to 6 hours in. Like when I first started out, I'd try to play like, yeah, like
6 hours a day.
at least normally, but like, you know, of course, days that I work and whatnot, I try to get at least an hour in something. Even if it's 15 minutes, it makes a difference.
Yeah. How many guitars do you have?
Oh, good gosh. That's what I was telling Scott earlier. I think I got around 30. I've just always been really good at trades. Like oh, okay. But, yeah, like, I think the best deal I ever did, I left with one guitar, some guitar pedals, like a handful of parts, whatnot, and, came back home with 4 more guitars. Wifey was semi-happy because a couple of them were really pretty. So, but yeah.
How long have you been playing music?
I guess like 12 years, 12, 13, somewhere around there. Because I graduated 2011 and I'd been playing about a year or two before that. So,
When did you start?
I know my mom, she always had a old beat up acoustic. I think it was a classical that, I don't know, it was falling all to pieces, but I started to try to pick around on that, and my uncle let me borrow his little PV Predator, I think it was, and I just started to pick it up, and it just kind of went from there. I don't know why. I mean, not really any musical, you know, backgrounds in my family on either side. It just kind of happened. I've always kind of played it by ear. I mean, I actually played trombone for, I think, 4 years back in middle school, going into high school, but I mean, I've never really read it because, like I say, my eyes are really bad. So mostly by ear, and I could just like improvise very well. So.
How does your eyesight affect playing with a band in a dark club with all the smoke and
All the lights.
and all that? How does your eyesight play into you playing as a live musician?
It definitely gets tricky because, like you say, I've got the neck memorized. You know where I'm at, but sometimes you just kind of got to look down and everything gets kind of blurry in a live setting, and it's been tricky, but I've kind of gotten used to it. Like I say, it's just muscle memory mainly, but it does make things kind of tricky, you know, for like certain parts and whatnot. So.
You get more dizzy, do you feel like when you're standing up there?
Especially when I'm whipping my hair around, mainly windmilling, which I try not to do, although it looks really cool, you know. But sometimes I get a little disoriented. My equilibrium messes with me when I get, you know, really into it. But you just have to get that right stance, you know, almost like a power stance, and kind of work around that. Well, to start with, like, for example, I've got 3 solo albums out now. The first one, Unoya, it was supposed to be an EP, although it's like 7 songs. That's almost an album. But anyway, that one I wanted to give everyone like a glimpse into my head, so to speak, and what I think or what I try to say musically is like a taste of what I could do, you know. And that one I'm not saying it was like in my formative years, because I kind of developed my style at that point, but I really just want to give people a taste, you know, kind of dip my toe in the water, see what people would think, and everyone loved it. And then with the album after that, Invictus, which it literally translates into unbreakable, undefeatable, I wrote that album right when 2020 happened with COVID and everything. It was a very scary time for all of us. And I don't know, like, the whole theme of the album was to just stay strong and just keep pushing, you know. And I even tracked that one literally at home with COVID. And one of my coworkers at the time was at home, you know, as well. We were both sick as a dog, and COVID hit us very hard. And he was like, how could you even get out of bed to record anything? I was like, I don't know. I managed to make it 3 steps to my chair and just hit record. And I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I don't know. At that time, like I say, the whole album was just about just perseverance, strength, staying strong. And that's kind of like what led up to my last release, Remedies for the Porcelain. Is this album is about what's an EP, but it's basically about just embracing the flaws, you know, imperfections that everyone has. You know, it's okay to not be perfect. That is the perfection and the beauty of it, you know. But yeah, with all the songs, as far as the backing tracks go, I'll go in there and try to determine what I'm going to play live, and I'll go in there and like mute those individual pieces and have the other ones play behind me. So I will literally be playing at least like the leads and the solos all by myself. Well, I enjoy both. Mainly with my solo stuff, it's mostly instrumental. Later this year I'll have another album, maybe 10 songs. 3 of them's going to have vocals, finally, like 4 albums deep, finally. Yeah, a little teaser for you. But pretty much like the whole point is to see what I can do to push myself with a guitar, not just 6 string and now officially with 7 strings, just to see what I could do, you know, to push myself with the instrument. And but as far as a band setting, I love working with people. Me and my friend, who's like my brother, Tony Allen, we started Awoka Infinium. We've had multiple names and whatnot, but we've technically been at this pretty much since we both started playing guitar almost 10 years ago. And we always like to, you know, we write really well together, but I don't know, it was my own experience, never actually sat down, we're like, all right, let's write something. It'd be more along the lines, he would write a riff, and then I'd write one, and we'd get together, like, okay, well, this complements what you're doing, you know, piece it all together like a Lego set. But we have had a few songs where we'd like, for example, our bass player, he is classically trained, Chris Fletcher, and he came to us the other day, or came to me the other day, and would show me his piece, and I was like, that's really awesome, you know, so we'd use that, and so on and so forth. So I love working with people as well. I've done, like you say, guest solos and whatnot for a lot of local bands and artists, and even friends overseas. I love working with people, you know, whether it's writing together or just laying some spice down on something they got. It's already awesome. So I really need to make a website, obviously, but at the moment you could find me like on all the socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, even TikTok. Like, I'm trying. Most of my stuff flops, but it's a process. But usually we do like pre-orders. You know, I'll get a tally, everyone, they go ahead and pay for it, and then we take the money, go get the, for example, the shirts and everything made, and then send them to everyone. But I want to have it to where once I get a website up and going, you can just go on there like, oh, I want a hoodie, you click it, and no middleman, just straight to you. You know, I got a t-shirt guy in mind, he's perfect. So yeah, hopefully soon you can have like a central hub to get all my merch and everything, because I know all 3 records are on like Spotify and everything, all your online streaming services. But as far as physical copies, I still have a handful of, I think, the newest record and Invictus, and I ran out of Eunoia. I literally had just enough to get through the last batch of pre-orders. So, I mean, people could just message me, we could figure something out until I get like a website up and going.
just a bachelor. I'm looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without without even falling off. You got to be compatible and take me to my limit. Girl, when I break you off,